is going on, Mad Spideyverse? Yeah, it's your boy here, Mad Spidey. We are at the Melbourne Convention and Exhibition Centre. We're here for CollectFest. Now, this is the first time this is actually being done. As far as we know, it's obviously the size of one of our big conventions, but what it actually is there's no celebrities, there's no artist alley. It is literally just, it's actually sectioned as well. So you'll have like comics in one section, toys and figures in another section, cards in another section. You'll also have like coins and banknotes. You'll also have sneakers apparently as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. So we're going to go in and check it out. Obviously, hopefully I find some cool stuff because I've brought a bit of money with me, and yeah, I'd love to be able to treat myself. So we'll see how we go, but stay tuned and let's see how we go. Get a shot of this guy. Look at this guy. about time you came back. Bloody hell, dude. This is getting worse and worse and worse every time I say it. G'day, mate.
Starting up our pack wars for free if you want to come to free. Thanks, man.
I'm done now. I'm out of money. Thanks, Bruce. All right, so we're back from CollectFest, and yeah, it was actually quite a really cool show. Spent quite a bit of time there. Bumped into a lot of familiar faces. Like me, always in hindsight, I should have probably got some footage. Obviously, saw my boy Simple Simon there. Obviously, he's going to be releasing his vlogs and things like that, and I appear a couple of times in that. Also, finally got to meet Aaron from the Mac Brothers, Nation Comics. Was fantastic actually meeting him in person for the first time. Even though we live quite close to each other, it's quite hilarious. But yeah, a lot of familiar faces with sellers and vendors and a few other people and things like that, which was awesome. But yeah, it was quite a good layout. The first hour was pretty good. I was able to move around fairly easily, get some footage, and then it got packed. It was like sardines trying to get through the aisles. And there was quite a few comic vendors there. Most of them I knew, a few people I didn't. There was a lot of books tempting me, but I didn't have that much cash. But I did pick up a nice little small stack with 2 books in particular that were highly on my radar for quite a while. One that I've spoken about recently. Nothing from my 2025 collecting goals. There was one book there from my collecting goals, but severely overpriced, so I was like, no, leave that one alone. But I did find a deal. I actually went to one of the vendors that I know, and I'm like, they've got a over there for this price, and they're like, where? And I went, hang on, I need to go for a walk. And I went straight over there and I bargained with the guy and got it at an awesome price. The cheapest I've ever seen it over here, but you'll see it in a sec. But yeah, the show was fantastic. Very weird that there was a VIP line that got in a little bit early. They got, I think, lanyards or something or other, or badges or something, but all the general admission did not get anything. So you scanned in, but you did not get like a wristband or even a stamp or anything. So how do you, if you want to go out, get something to eat, or you want to go out for a smoke or something like that, how are you supposed to in and out? Keep pulling up your phone and showing them the barcode? Yeah, a little weird in that aspect, but, it's a minor detail. Absolute minor detail. But yeah, I think that the floor space they tried to shove as much in as they possibly could, and they really needed to sort of just space it out just a little bit more, just to get the crowd sort of flowing, because it got to certain points, because the card section was absolutely bonkers. It was so full that, if you wanted to try and get to another booth that was through the card section, forget it. You literally had to walk with your elbows out to try and get through. But anyway, as I said, minor details, but yeah, fun show. I actually spent quite a bit of time there today. Only did the one day, obviously, because be running out back tomorrow. But yeah, fantastic show. Great to see some familiar faces and some vendors from interstate that haven't been here for a little while. Was absolutely fantastic to catch up with them as well. But you know what you're hanging out to the end of this video for is to check out the haul. So I've been talking about my Ghost Rider Volume 1 run, that it's very lacking at the moment. So I thought, one of the interstate sellers came down. He actually had a chunk. Got a good deal on him. He always looks after me. So we have Ghost Rider issue 37. Now I'm pretty sure these are just sort of run fillers. Obviously, let me know in the comments below if there is any keys at all. But I'm pretty sure they're just run fillers. But still very hard to find it here over here, unfortunately. So we've got number 38. So we got sort of like a small little section of the 30s and the 40s. We've got number 39. So I think most of the books that I have from the Volume 1 Ghost Rider run are all lower, like higher in the volume. So like from the 50s and 60s upwards. Don't have much in the lower spectrum, unfortunately. Number 40. Like obviously they're sort of mid-ish sort of grade. A few of them have got like little pen marks or marker marks on there and things like that. That doesn't faze me. You all know how I collect. I just want the books as long as they're complete. And 42. So yeah, just a small little chunk of old school Ghost Rider. Gets me a small step closer to finishing the run. Now, also Silver Surfer Volume 1. It's only an 18 or 19 book run. But obviously it has like 3-4 like big boy books in there. But even just trying to find the other like 15 or 16 books in that run are either super expensive over here or nearly non-existent. I did actually find Silver Surfer number 9. I tried to get a decent price on it. The guy budged a little bit, mainly because he couldn't break the notes that I had. But still, at the end of the day, a deal is a deal. You're getting something a little bit less than what the asking price is. It's always good. So super happy to knock that one off the list. Now, the last 2 books that I have here are the 2 what I would classify as big boy books. Like, you know, anything that's a couple $100 or more for me is classified as a big boy book. Like, I'm not talking about like an AF-15 or, you know, Journey into Mystery 83 or anything like that. They're all big boy books. But as I said, anything that's several $100s to spend to buy, and especially over here, is what I classify as a big boy book for me anyway. I've always wanted this. Now, obviously both of these are fairly low grade, especially this next one, obviously. But I did actually, you know, get it out, check it out, all that sort of stuff, do all the usual stuff when you're spending this kind of money, and got a deal on it, which was awesome. And it's X-Men number 14. The first appearance of first appearance of the Sentinels. Obviously, you can see that big black sort of smudgy there. So he is low grade, but he is complete, just how I like it. And definitely a book that I've been wanting for a while. There's a few low X-Men keys that I really want. Like, I'd love that number 4. I'd love First Juggernaut. You know, that would be an awesome one to get. That classic number 50, the Steranko Polaris cover. All those sort of ones are on my radar. But it just happened to be, as I said, like, over here, buying is opportunistic. Having the money, getting the right deal, and actually finding the book is the hardest part. So, super, super happy to get that. But speaking of X-Men, this was actually quite funny that I found this book at this deal, because I've been talking about this book a little bit lately, and my brother from over in the US recently picked up this book, and I was super happy for him because I know his wife and him are both fans of the character. I'm a fan of the character, but I'm a fan of this book as well, and I've always wanted this book, and I was able to find it at a reasonable price. And it's actually, I would say, probably getting closer to mid-grade, just slightly. So it's probably in the 3s or 4s, I would say. But super happy to pick this up. And it is X-Men 101. So shout out to my boy Remy Q, and Angel, of course, who recently just picked up this book in, what do you get in, like an 8.0 or something like that. Like, it's a ridiculously great grade. But I got an absolute steal on this. I've never seen this book under $500 or $600 over here, and I paid several $100 less than that. And I got a deal on the sticker price. I'm like, will you take this? And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? You paying cash? Of course I am. Let's go for it. So, yeah, that was absolutely awesome to finally pick that up. Seeing Cyclops drink all the water to save all the X-Men is always fun. But first appearance of Phoenix, X-Men 101, fantastic. He had an X-Men 94 as well that I was eyeing off. And I'm like, oh no, that's very pricey. He goes, I've got a lower grade one, literally like, 2 sections next to it. And he's like, I can do a really good deal on this. I just didn't have the cash. I'm still regretting my decision a little bit, but that's part of it. Like, sometimes you just can't afford stuff. So, but yeah, super happy to do that and pick those up. So I wish I had more cash. I wish I'd been able to pick up more, dig through some boxes a bit more, but it was getting very crowded, very hard to search, and a lot of the sellers had a little bit, jumbled with their boxes and things like that. But yeah, some of the wall books that were there were actually really good. So, but I'm happy with my pickups, and I'm happy with the show. The show was fantastic. As I said, those 2 little small gripes, nor here nor there, really. You can forget about those. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. I know this is going to be a long one, so thank you if you watched it all the way to the end. But yeah, thank you so much. Do all the usual YouTube stuff. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave a comment if you want to. Most of all, please hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated. But until next time, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey